Hey guys peeps, and welcome back to Snail TV. Of course, you know the next time it is, we're up to the wiring on the car. So pretty much, look, I've got most of the plumbing done. There's only a couple of more little bits and pieces that we've got to do on the plumbing. Water lines, that sort of etc. That's pretty easy stuff, but really want to get the wiring done and started. I've got all the plugs and all the pieces. Obviously, I do have the ECU ready in the car, which is killer. Just a couple of things I want to go over, exactly what I'm doing to this car, what's different on this car from the other ones and previous ones. Yeah, we'll have a little chat about of that. So, look, have a little quick look about now.
They tell me that I'm never gonna make it. They want me to do something that could make sense. They hate when I keep dreaming I'll be famous, but I don't give a fuck, I'ma keep chasing. I got all this potential that's deep inside of me, but they hate when you're successful cause they try to be. They sit there being judgmental because you're trying things, and they just want you to settle and do the right thing. So get a good job, don't slack off. Wake up every morning, make a good impression on your boss. Don't do anything that I wouldn't do, and when you're making money, make sure you don't spend it too soon.
Hi, so look, first off, what we've got going a little bit different on this one is, look, we do have another ECU in the back of this thing. You can either do a Fueltech, the little Nano, which actually we already do have on this car. So if you have a look in the center console, look, I don't have a torch on there, but that little tiny screen in the middle there is a Nano. That there's exactly what we'll be starting the car up from, and showing a couple of tiny vital things as well. So that's how I've always wanted to start the car up, with touchscreen. So that's all killer, that all works. Obviously key in the ignition just to get the ignition on, and accessories, and that one there is going to be a touch button. So look, that there is where everything starts, and then coming back onto the back screen over here. So I didn't know how to do this any better. I wasn't sure. I wanted always liked having screens or something in the back. I just wasn't sure how to do it. So look, the easiest solution was actually getting another Fueltech in the back itself. Downside on that is, yes, I do have to wire that up. That is a totally different thing. It doesn't just get CAN communicated. Nothing's like that, whereas the Nanos, they're all CAN communicated. I have to actually wire up exactly what I want to show on that gauge. So easiest things is RPM, pretty simple, engine temp, fuel pressure and oil pressure. Plus also I really want to start the car up from at the back here as well. Simple stuff, but just when I'm back here, when I'm looking over a couple of things, I can test the car, I can see the oil pressure, I can see the fuel pressure, just little things like that. It's just handy, that's all. Only reason why I've done it is obviously then when it's parked up and it's running, people can actually see other stuff as well. So, and it's a little bit bigger than the little tiny Nano, so thought it actually was a pretty good idea of doing it. You know, in future builds I'll probably do something like that as well. So look, that's where we're at. Now also, so I've got pretty much the wiring harness all brought over in here. Look, last night I got the coils wired up, battery stuff hooked up, so battery cables going to the alternator and the starter motor. Starter motor is actually hooked up as well, so theoretically, if I do the touch button on that Nano, which I won't because I haven't got oil in the thing, it should actually start up. So that's exactly where that's coming from. A couple other little bits and pieces as well. I've got some sensors done and wired. Yeah, so it's getting there. So as I said though, it needs like pretty much a full day of wiring. I'm just trying to find some time. I'm getting it at night times, just smashing some time here and there. I've got throttle body, so the Nick Williams dry-bar wire, 102 or 103 mil, whatever it is, that's wired up as well. Inside, the accelerator's wired up. I've already got that done and I've already brought that out with it. Same thing, as soon as I program it in, I should be able to actually move the throttle body, so that's pretty killer. Yeah, just as I said though, there's only a couple of bits and pieces, so I've got injectors to do so far. Probably the biggest thing is probably this transmission. It's auto, so I do need to wire that up. Yeah, that's exactly sort of where I'm at. So look, things are going a little bit quicker than I thought, so this is awesome. As I said, I'm just trying to route it neatly, have enough current there, putting everything so you don't see it as such. And also I want to do some auxiliary things as well. So on this back screen, I do, because it is a touch screen, I do actually want to put a set of lights on there, like a couple of strips, and turn it on and off by the ECU as well. So I reckon that would be actually a really, really nice touch for this thing. Look, pretty much about it really. As I said, I've got more coming to it. Yeah, and we'll go from there. Look, I'll just show you the ECU, exactly what I'm doing with it. So pretty much as I'm going, I'm literally hooking up, I'm almost writing it pretty much piece by piece, and then coming in here and going into the inputs and outputs, and pretty much just putting them into there as like that. So as you can see, there is 20 inputs that can be done, and so far, you know, 9, 10, 11 are done there already. And if we go into outputs have got a little bit of shit everywhere at the moment, unfortunately. But outputs, yeah, only got a couple of yellows done, 4 greys. I've done the injectors already, but like outputted here, but I haven't actually wired them up yet. Thermofan, fuel pump, whatnot, that's all done. Engine starter, of course. Just a couple of little bits and pieces. So yeah, that's where we're at. All right, peeps, so another 2 more days has gone by and I've pretty much got everything pretty much ready to start up. So I'm hoping time next week that I should be able to have this thing actually running. I do need to do one more thing, which is wire up the transmission, but I'm not going to actually worry about that until next week. I've got all fluids in there. I've got everything ready to go. Pretty much just got to put petrol into it and ready to start. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you some key features of exactly what I've done. Yeah, just some cool stuff that we're almost ready to go. So look, what we're going to do is we'll start inside the car. And as you can see from ignition power, and you'll see the actual Fueltech light up. So from actual ignition, you'll see the Fueltech light up. As you can see, the center screen there, all right, so what that is actually the start button. So I've got battery voltage, and actually that's how you start and stop the car. So we can stop it with the ignition button as well, or straight up just, go straight into the start button. All right, so far, pretty much inside the car is done. I've also wrapped the center console as well in some nice material. I'm so super happy with everything so far. All right, now we'll close the car and we'll go straight into the back. Inside the back, we'll show you a couple of things. All right, just pop the boot, bonnet, whatever you want to call it. Stay there and I'll turn the ignition on. And as you can see, Fueltech there is all working. So that there is actually the rear screen. What that actually does is shows just, look, the engine vitals. You can start the engine from it, fuel pressure, oil pressure, and coolant temp, battery, and obviously boost or vacuum if you're just idling. That's all wired up, that little screen there, the Fueltech there is all wired up. The one inside is all wired up, it's just pretty much just transmission, that's all I've got to do. So those wires that you can see right there are ready for the transmission to be done. And that is it, everything is plumbed up, all water, fuel. I've even got dash 16 for breather pipes, they're all plumbed up. Yeah, vacuum hose, like just everything. So yeah, pretty much been busy the last couple of days on it just to smash it out because I've got a lot more things to do. Also, obviously transmission as well. So down here you can see the trans cooler. Obviously follow the line, comes back and comes underneath it. Obviously you can't see it, but there's a trans cooler actually underneath the intercooler as well. They've all got pressure sensors and temp sensors. So oil, trans, fuel, everything's got some sort of sensor on it. So also onto some cool stuff. So the easiest thing was to put some LED light strips, so one each side, just the meter strips, wire them into a relay, and then simple, hit the button, and voila, we got light, lots of it, and it looks amazing. So the lighting from these LED strips are bloody awesome, and so easy to turn on and turn off. All right, so look, that's one cool thing. The reason why I wanted that is, as I said, working on the car or, at a car show or something like that. And, you can never have too much light. Just looks awesome. So you can actually see everything, all the features of the engine and all the little bits and pieces. So, all right, now also cool feature. Look, what I'm going to do is I'll take you back to the front screen. There's a lot of ways to control these. Look, at the moment, I've just got it going this like for now. But, we've got a couple other things that we're going to have happening later on. You guys do realise that this has an active spoiler. All right, so what I'll do is I'll get you to go out the back. And what we're going to do is I'll activate it from the rear there. So, all right, so we can pretty much go up and go down as well. All right, so that's so bloody simple. I've got a couple of relays at the back here, and everything there's controlling that. Yeah, super stoked. Later on, we're going to put it on, well, we can put it on with speed and all that stuff as well. I just like the whole thing of showing people, because people don't realise actually these are electric spoilers, so it's just something cool, you know. But anyway, yeah, as I said, just making sure, let you guys know that, yeah, it's literally ready to run. And for shits and giggles, I'll just show you how close we actually are. You can either come to the front screen or the back screen, but look, we'll head back at the back. And what we'll do is we'll hit the magic start button. And she wants to start. So that's how close it is. As I said, I do need fuel into it and a couple more settings on the ECU. I haven't done everything. I haven't put all the settings into it as such. I've got all the fans working. So the fan for the transcooler, the front fans, fuel pump working. Yeah, pretty much all the auxiliary stuff. Injectors are all working, coil packs are working, VTEC solenoid, VCT, yeah, all those things are working. Look, I really just wanted to make a video of it's pretty much ready to start from now. So time next week, I've got, yeah, going to make some time up and get this actually thing fired up. So should be pretty sweet. Pretty excited of how it's going to sound with the turbo setup and the exhaust and all that stuff. So should be pretty nice, and actually hear it into a Porsche. So we'll keep it at that, guys. Enough of the talking. I just wanted to show you a few things and some cool stuff. And yeah, we'll keep it at that. So thanks very much, guys. And I'll see you guys on the next episode when it's running. See you, peeps.